This podcast, you will learn 5 questions that are crucial to your growth, and they're very uncomfortable conversations you need to have with yourself. But I'm telling you, if you're able to evaluate yourself in this kind of way, you will see exponential amount of growth in your character. Welcome back, everybody, to the Insightful Podcast. We gain insight in order to move forward in life. Before we get started, if you guys have been enjoying the podcast so far, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Spotify. Like I said earlier, this podcast is going to be about uncomfortable conversations that you need to have with yourself. So maybe you want a book and a pen or a piece of paper and a pencil and write these questions down. And after you view this episode in its entirety, you can kind of answer these questions for yourself. Or if you want, every time a question I ask, you could kind of pause the video and ask it to yourself. But without all the waffling, let's just get straight into it. The first question you need to ask yourself is, am I avoiding accountability? Stop blaming timing, people, or luck. Ask yourself, what role did I play in this outcome? You need to ask yourself this question when you are lucky, when you are unlucky, when things are going your way, when they're not going your way. You need to find a way to take accountability in every circumstance in your life. So if you're able to ask yourself, what role did I play in this outcome? And you're able to identify this, 1, you could avoid it in the future, or 2, you could repeat it in the future if it was a good outcome. So you need to ask yourself, am I avoiding accountability? And what role did I play in this outcome? The second question you need to ask yourself, and this is crucial, is, do my habits align with my goals? You could say you want to change, but your daily choices either prove it or expose the lie. You have a goal right now. You have a purpose right now. And I know that even if you're not working towards it, you have it in the back of your mind. You need to ask yourself, do my habits align with this goal, with this purpose? Because the reality is that, as cliche as this might be, my goal right now and my purpose in life is to become the best version of myself. As cliche as it is, and maybe everyone has that feeling, I am trying my best to live out this purpose. I wake up every single day, chase after my dreams. I constantly am reading because I think a man that's well read is a more improved version of himself. A man that meditates on a daily basis is a more present version of himself. A man that prays every day is a more spiritual version of himself and has a closer connection to God. A man that is constantly working on his businesses is a man that is constantly developing himself and his skill set. So I think that, even as something I forgot that's crucial to me, is a man that is strong, that has a good physique, is someone that respects himself. So all these things are things I think about when it comes to my ultimate purpose of becoming the best version of myself. There was a point in time where I may have had this thought process, but I wasn't doing the daily habits that led me to that goal. So I think it's very important to ask yourself right now, do your habits align with your goals? If you want to become a professional soccer player, are you waking up every single day going for runs? Are you stretching and improving your mobility? Are you on the field 3 hours a day? Are you learning the game when you're at home on your computer? It's like there's so many things that you could be doing right now. And if your habits don't align with your goals, then you're not on the path to success. So that is a question you need to ask yourself right now, is, do my habits align with my goals? The next question is, am I being honest about what I really want? Are you chasing a goal you chose or one someone else has handed to you? And this is a reality, is that you will find it much more difficult to chase after an amazing goal if it comes from someone else, if it's what someone else thinks that you should be doing. But if you are chasing a goal that you want, you will find it much easier to show up every single day for yourself. So this one is kind of self-explanatory, but am I being honest with what I really want? What you really want right now, that purpose, you write it down in the middle of a page, that purpose, that, all achieving purpose that you want with this existence that you have. Is that what you really want? Because if it isn't, you will never achieve it. It will be impossible to, because it is not in your core of what you want with your life. The next point is, why am I still holding on to this question? Whether it's a grudge, guilt, or a false identity, what's it costing you to carry it, right? Maybe there's someone you extremely resent, or someone that you don't speak to anymore, but that grudge and that anger and that resentment towards that person still keeps you up at night. You think about it very frequently. What is it costing you? Why are you still holding on to this? What are you gaining from this? These are all questions you need to ask yourself, because at the end of the day, you only have so much energy in your daily, activities and what you can do on a daily basis. If one of those is guilt and resentment and you're holding on to it, I'm telling you right now, that is why you always feel tired. That is why you don't have the fire inside to go after your goals, because that thing is constantly holding you back. So you need to ask yourself, why am I still holding on to this, and what is it costing me to carry it? The last question, and maybe one of the most important ones that you need to look in the mirror and ask yourself is, would I respect me if I met me? Strip away the filters. Would your mindset, actions, and words earn your own respect? And maybe this is a question you've never been asked before, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Would you respect yourself if you met yourself? You were outside of yourself, and you've seen everything that you do on a daily basis. You've seen the way you conversate with people. You've seen the way you act towards people. You see the way that you approach life. Would you respect yourself? If you don't, that is something that you must work on right now. Forget everything else. You need to constantly be working towards a version of yourself that you respect on a daily basis. Those are all the questions I wanted to ask you today, and I think they're important. And if you actually go through them and answer them honestly, you will see that your self-improvement journey will continue at a much quicker pace. If you guys enjoyed this episode, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know any future topics you'd like me to discuss in the future. We gain insight in order to move forward in life. Thank you, everybody, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Crush a cold to a diamond, eyes forever shining. Your beauty alone inspire a nigga to rhyming.